So my name is Andrew Mock. I am a senior commercial category manager here at AutoZone. Um, I went to the University of Memphis and graduated with my bachelor accounting degree back in 2018, and then got my MBA shortly after in December 2019. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. Grew up here and then cannot seem to leave. Not that I want to. Definitely love the city of Memphis and what it's done for me. So love Memphis as a whole. Reason why I ended up going was financial decision. But what I will say is that was probably the best decision I could have made in my life, just because of how much the U of M has impacted me in such a positive way, not only from a community standpoint, but also my own personal development, both professionally and personally. I feel like the U of M really pushed me to become a better person of who I am or who I was. So today, I'm on the commercial side of the business, and I manage various categories within the building. And my primary focus is growing commercial sales. So those are sales that are done on the backside of the AutoZone building. So if you put it in the best term and the easiest term is we're selling our parts and products to customers like uh, any of your garage shops. It can be any of the mom and pop shops. It can be a national shop. But that's really what I do today, and trying to find ways to continue to grow those relationships, those sales, whether it's their marketing, product assortment, pricing, and promotions. Um, and that's really what I do today. It's very funny. I started here as an intern in the finance department. And the way that I was able to get an internship was from the Fogelman College, one of their fall career fairs. I was able to have conversations with some AutoZoners that were working the booth, and you know the reason why I say it's funny is I went through a lot of different interviews for an internship. Um, I was one of the students that got really lucky because I never sought out an internship until my senior year. Just because my summers were full with like orientation guide obligations, frosh camp, counselor. And so when I finally was able to have a free summer, well, I was scrambling to get an internship. That's probably the best way I could put it. And I did not get the internship at AutoZone. I was the next person, the runner up. And so I really thought that my chance with AutoZone was over. A few months later, the HR recruiter actually reached out to me personally, kept my resume because of all the things that I was able to accomplish on campus. He actually remembered me. And so as soon as a finance position opened up, I was his first call and got the interview set up that following week. And then the rest is history. Once I got into the building as a finance intern, I actually worked for the merchandising department, which is how my interest in the merchandising side of the business, I was really exposed to it, and then got involved with it pretty heavily during my internship. And that's one thing that I really appreciate about AutoZone. Even though I was in the finance department, they were really open about me exploring other opportunities within the building. And so once merchandising caught my eyes, I went after it and never looked back ever since. It gave me both the practical foundation and the confidence to really pursue my own professional career. Academically, the U of M challenged me to really think critically and apply real world solutions. And then from a professional standpoint, it helped me develop communication and leadership skills that I use every single day in my career here at AutoZone. Personally, Memphis taught me a lot of things. And just to name a few, taught me to be resilient, how to be adaptable. And probably the most important thing that it's ever taught me was the importance of building strong relationships, which is a lesson that continues to shape how I show up both in my career and my life. Thinking about that question, I don't think there's really a specific time. Um, the if I had to say a specific time or just a moment, I would relive the moments where everything started to click, whether it's in one of those big classrooms or managing a class project, a presentation, or even just time spending collaborating with different classmates. Because those experiences, to me personally, stood out the most. They taught me how to really learn with each other. It taught me teamwork. It taught me growth. It taught me leadership. And then at the end of the day, it helped me realize that I was capable of achieving so much more beyond the classroom. And that's probably the turning point where I began to see the bigger picture for my own future. Well, I spent a lot of time in the tech hub for sure. It was a quiet study spot for me. It's really where I could focus and reset in a way. And, just in that environment and the ability to have access to certain technology, it definitely helped me be able to keep working on various schoolwork. And not only that, kind of made it fun. I mean, when you're renting out or booking those tech hub conference rooms with friends and having study sessions, I spent a lot of hours there, but there was a lot of great memories that just came from those nights. Now, off campus, what I would say, just being from Memphis as a whole, one thing that I appreciate about Memphis is the culture. It's a big town in a small city kind of feeling, and the community is really what makes the city. You think about the food scenes, you think about the community spaces. There's so much to the city and what the city offers to even just students that every student should be able to experience because they're able to go there, be recharged, feel connected to the city, and just be a Memphian. Even if you're not born and raised from Memphis, Tennessee, you're accepted, and that's one of the best thing about our culture uh, with the city. So. An advice that I would give them is probably take ownership of your path early. Do not be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone, um, because at the end of the day, the people you meet, the internships that you pursue, or even the efforts that you put in will matter just as much as your degree. A degree gets you to the conversation, but there's so much to actually get started in a career, get into a career, professional career yourself. So at the end of the day, those students, outside of taking ownership, they need to stay curious, stay consistent, and just understand that there's so much more growth that comes after graduating and the opportunities that you want to capitalize on. And one of the best things that I was told as a student was, you know, treat every day or who you interact with kind of like an interview in a sense. You never know who you run into and that you may run into down the road. I mean, what I said about getting into AutoZone is probably a great example where I ran into someone because I was pursuing an internship and because of the conversations that I was able to have and really have those continued conversation with even other AutoZoners within the building at that time that was able to speak highly about me. It's really what got me into get my foot into the door. So definitely stay curious and take ownership. Being a Memphis Tiger means resilience, pride, and then community as well. Um, it's about showing up with grit, which is a very, very popular word when it comes to Memphis. Representing where you came from, supporting those around you. To me personally, it means carrying forward the values that I've built at U of M, whether it's hard work, determination, and just staying connected to something bigger than myself. That's really what being a Memphis Tiger means to me. The U of M has given me so much in my life. I would not be where I am today or who I am today without all the individuals that I was able to meet during my collegiate career at the U of M. Um, the community and the relationships that I've built, it helped push me to be outside of my comfort zone. They really challenged me as well because they saw something that I didn't. If you saw who I was coming in as a freshman back in 2014 to who I became after, I mean, I would never in a million years think that I would be who I am today, or even as simple as who I was when I graduated. At the end of the day, I've grown so much because of the U of M, and I'm very thankful for that. I don't think words can put in. You can put words into, how much I really care about the U of M just because of how important it was to my own personal growth and development. So